Hi everyone, today we will be doing some problems on Fourier transform. We will start with this question. The frequency response h of omega of a continuous system is shown in the figure, and if the input to the system is cos 2 pi t plus theta, then the output is okay. So the impulse response is already given in the question, that is h of omega's modulus is given, and the phase shift that is going to happen is also given here. So as far as we are concerned, we are looking for what response this signal or this system is going to give to our input signal, who is having an omega is equal to 2 pi. This is omega t, that is omega is equal to 2 pi. So actually we are concerned about this part only. This part we are not concerned because it is in the negative axis, right? Our omega is in the positive axis, that is 2 pi. So whatever this h of omega is offering, our current omega is over here, and also the phase shift also is here. Okay, we will get a positive phase shift of pi by 2. And here we know the positive phase shift of pi by 2 is given here because it is constant all along, but here we have to find out what it is the impact of h of omega on our signal when omega is equal to 2 pi. So for that I am going to write the equation of h of omega. So we know that y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1. So this is actually a line, so I am going to use that equation. Instead of y, it is h of omega minus y1. We are starting from 0. Omega is actually, our slope is actually 1 divided by 3 pi, right? 1 by 3 pi into x. Instead of x, it is omega minus omega x1 is 0. So h of omega equal to omega divided by 3 pi. We have to know what is happens at omega is equal to 2 pi, right? So that is 2 pi divided by 3 pi, that is 2 divided by 3. Okay, and the phase shift at omega h of omega equal to 2 pi is plus pi by 2. We know that it is 2 pi. So the corresponding phase shift is plus pi by 2. So our x of t is actually 2 cos 2 pi t plus theta. Now it will be y of t will be equal to there's no 2, right? Okay, y of t will be equal to 2 by 3 cos 2 pi t plus theta plus pi by 2. 2 by 3 contributed by this, and pi by 2 contributed by this. Okay, and cos theta plus 90 is sin theta minus sin theta, right? So minus 2 pi t plus theta. Okay, so this is the answer. And now let's do the last question. The power spectral density of a signal x of t is 8 pi into del of omega, then x of t is given by. So power spectral density is given here. So x of omega equal to 8 pi into delta of omega. This is our 39th question, right? Okay, 39th question, and we have to find out the x of t. Okay, so we will just find out our x of omega first, that is of omega the whole square. We will get power spectral density by using this formula only. So we are using that formula here, which is equal to 2 pi, actually 8 pi into del of omega. From here x of omega the whole square equal to 8 pi into 2 pi into del of omega, and x of omega equal to 4 pi into del of omega. So we have to use the duality property here. We know that the Fourier transform of a DC signal, say 1, is actually equal to 2 pi into del of omega. For a DC signal, it is actually 2 pi a0 into del of omega. Here it is we can write it in this form, that is 2 pi into 2 into del of omega. So this was the Fourier actual signal, that is our x of t was equal to 2. Okay, 2 will only give the Fourier transform equal to 2 pi into 2 into del of omega, which is our 4 pi into del of omega. So that is how we got the answer, x of t is equal to 2. Okay, so with that I am going to end this video. Thank you for listening. Please follow my Instagram account and also my Facebook page for daily notes and practice questions. Thank you for coming by this channel. Have a nice day.